My name is Mackenzie Davis and I play Mindy Park. Mindy is a lower level employee at NASA and is there on a night shift one night and gets sent a message to track a location in Acidalia Planitia, which is where the hab is located, and out of just human curiosity starts scanning for the body that should be there because it's only been a month, and discovers that the astronaut that they thought they had left behind on Mars is actually alive, and Mark Watney is surviving somehow. And so she's the first person to discover this and brings it to her superiors, which sort of gets her thrust into a weight class that she wasn't in before, and she does really well in it. She's not altogether prepared for it when it happens, but is really intelligent and watchful and does her job really well, and is able to, excel under the given circumstances, even though they're sort of intimidating to her at first. But over the course of the movie, her arc is, she loses that sort of childlike awe at her superiors and becomes quite contemporary with Vincent, especially because they're really tracking Mark the most. I guess I was quite intimidated before I came, and then as soon as I met Ridley, he's so lovely and down to earth, and I was so surprised. I'm an enormous fan of his work, and I was surprised for such a visual director how much he actually liked working with the actors and prioritized that. So it was lovely to see that it wasn't just a purely visual movie, but he actually likes the working on the script and finding the scenes, which is what is really fun about this whole thing. So I think his character erased any intimidation pretty early on. They put so much care and detail into everything in the set, like all the papers on the desk. I always, on every set, investigate what each workstation has on it to see if it's true or if it's just a collection of somebody's bills or something, or just one paper on top that has text and everything else is blank. And everything on every desk was specific to that desk. It was just such a level of detail I hadn't experienced before. It was so cool. I feel like I didn't realize some of the comedy, and then doing the scenes, they became quite funny. There's a lightness to it, and which I think is very realistic, that if you spend a lot of time around people, which Mindy and Vincent do, you start to notice their idiosyncrasies and feel comfortable enough to laugh at them, and I think that comes out a lot in the movie. And then I think Mark Watney drives a lot of the humor as well, because he, keeps his sense of humor quite sharp. There's no greater fear than being completely alone, and there's no loneliness like being in a desert that's also a planet and not knowing if anybody knows about you and not knowing if there's a reason to live. There's something about really being able to identify with one man by himself that everyone can sort of connect with and follow. I mean, I feel like if this did happen, people would follow it in this way. It's bizarre and so relatable because it's just your most base fears.